Alright guys, so I went live yesterday because the video recording software wasn't really working out. Emil made a joke and he said, maybe after MTOPS we should actually get into video editing software because it doesn't seem like anyone knows what they're doing. Okay, so there's some truth in that, but I'll leave it there for now. So yesterday I spoke about the updates in MTS. I just wanted to revisit those just in case there are some who didn't get around to watching that 40-minute rant that I was on. So let's just start off on the latest, most exciting part really, and that is the resonance rings. You'll see over here where it said GAN square, we've now renamed it to SNR, which is support and resistance. And then instead of normal, we've changed the name to forecast, which is more accurate than normal, I suppose. So we're forecasting price action in the future. And instead of having the extended and the protractor, which is this kind of jargon for those who didn't really understand what it was, we've now got it the resonance ring. So the resonance ring, just to be clear, is 4 GAN squares, right? Back to back. So if I need to kind of make it a bit more easy to understand, I'm going to do that and that. Okay. So this is your typical GAN square. Make sure that the turning point is highlighted. That's typical GAN square. And of course, there you got the other 3 that support that in the other directions. Now, the value in this is to use the resonance ring and line it up with previous price action to scale your GAN square correctly for the price action to follow. So there have been those who have been struggling with scaling, and to bring a solution to that, we have created the reverse GAN square, aka the protractor. I put it into one tool instead of multiple tools so that you can get your scaling done a lot faster. So all you need to do is select your turning point. You go to resonance ring. You look at where price has formed previously. Okay, so we got some interaction along that line. It came up to this inner circle. It stopped. Then it found its way up there, which tells us that we're in a pretty good space to call this the current scaling as it needs to be. So I'm happy with that. If you want to look at other options, you can go to extra small. Yeah, I mean, you can use that as well, I suppose. But I think with this move outside of kill zone being as dramatic as it was, we would rather go for something along the lines of small for now. Okay, you can go to medium. That's going to be too big. You can tell over here there's not much information that works with the reverse GAN. And then large and extra large are kind of pointless to even consider. So small and extra small would be the 2 options you would work with here. Both are considerable options. There is some slower price action happening now. So this could come down, form a turning point 4, and then have that 4 moved to 5. For my, I'd say, what my experience is telling me, I want to go with that scaling instead and allow the price to move over more, perhaps create a turning point over here somewhere. What's supporting this decision is my trend and transition pointing downwards, and I think that's going to pull price action towards this end more than it is push it up from where it is right now. So that's the resonance ring update. The smaller updates that have also been released is just some name changes. The fan line is now called support because the fan line acts as a support line, so it's just rather easier to call it what it is. And then our curve is now resistance. So you can tell over here that that's resistant to where the next transition of where this is wanting to go is going along. So that's supporting the price, this is resisting it, and it's going to find another support route down. In terms of the scaling, we just changed it from scale to scale size to be more accurate. Instead of saying show raise, it's just now raise. And focus mode is the new name instead of non-probability, I think box, I think it was called, or something to that effect. So just minor updates, but bringing clarity to the instructions you need to follow through when you're using the system. The turning point start number is the new name to just number. And the reason why that's there is if you want to start a new cycle, perhaps I can go to another one and show you. And you want to start at that point, turning point 3, instead of at turning point 1. You just lay down your turning point, go to turning point start number, change it to 3, and you don't have to have the full cycle starting from the beginning of the cycle. That way you can just fast track it from somewhere more convenient. All right, guys, that's the update. Oh, before I move on, there was one more, which is basically to reset your layout. Sometimes when you rescale your browser, it finds a way to make your toolbar disappear. And after a few complaints in that environment, Emil said the best way to solve that and the other frustrations that could present themselves is just to have a whole layout reset. So that little button over there, just give it a click and it'll be brought back to default and original settings, where you can just customize it to make it most sensible for you. That's it for this video, and I look forward to the next videos to come your way. Ciao for now.